Let's see.
Shouldn't be a problem. Should just
Yeah, you would think.
done this enough. No settings are different on this end of it.
Hold on. It's just there it is. Yeah, it's fine. It just takes a little bit for it to speed up here. That's
Okay,
all.
so you can see all three of us
Yeah.
now. If I do this,
Yeah. Whatever those technical things you just said, this and that, yes. But yes, we are live. We are live. No, I do now. I do now. Yeah. It took a little bit for it to populate. That's all. We're good. Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Looks like you're running the open. Yeah.
I got to get that as a ringtone or something.
Oh yeah. I'll get it for you.
yeah, see, there you go.
In the future, Chad, we just can't run just blank footage of Star Trek because that'll get us copyrighted against.
Even though it was
that's why
a
I
free
altered
download
it.
somewhere.
Yeah, even though.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
That's okay. Yeah. We're back.
We're back. Here we are, everybody. Yeah. It's another Sunday. It's Trekcast, the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast. I'm Chad. That's Dan. That's Daniel. Boom, boom, boom. In a row.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are again. We got things all set up and squared away the way that they should be. I do have your voicemails ready to go. I do have your emails ready to go, unlike last week. Ish. I got the soundboard actually plugged in. I mean, it's, hey, what can you say?
Oh, there we go.
Christmas cards are going to start arriving the first week in February. It'll be great.
yeah.
Exactly.
They're done,
It's,
though.
it's year 6 of our rookie year.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say? What more could you expect, though, from the three of us? We prep
True.
2 minutes before every show.
True.
Hey, I prep 20 minutes before every show.
Hey, I looked up a list 30 minutes ago.
Nice.
Hey, I had an alarm go off on my phone to remind me to do this.
Fantastic.
Because you never have ever done anything else on a Sunday morning. I got good news for everybody. I got really good news. This morning,
You do?
before I walked out to the
Chat
studio.
on a Sunday with the good news.
Chat on a Sunday with the good news. This morning, before I walked out here into the studio, Studio 1 of Trekcast, to do today's podcast, like our number, 375th show in total, probably the 150th, 60th show of us.
In front of your golden microphone with your formerly nicotine.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I
fingers.
wasn't going to go there, but yes,
No,
the EIB
no,
golden
move on.
mic.
No. That guy was terrible.
For the first time in history, my wife said, "Good luck, have fun on your podcast." It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
It was
Wow.
amazing. It was. I felt so good.
She's got a boyfriend.
Yeah, there's probably something else.
You're getting served tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I go out of town tomorrow to Phoenix, so when I come back, maybe all my shit will be in the driveway. I can't wait for her to watch this opener. Anyway, so
Did you watch the show?
she never watches the show.
Okay, well, never mind.
He's going to be like, that guy in the hat is a dick.
No, she's gonna be like, "Who is that? I like him. I like his style."
Oh, boy.
But funny story though, talking about that kind of thing with your shit in the driveway. We have 2 voicemails this week.
Okay.
They both, I haven't listened to either one. They both show up as coming from the same phone number. But anytime I get a voicemail, I can read the text of it. So I haven't listened to it, but I can read the text. And I was laying in bed the other night, reading through those real quick just to see what they said without playing them. And my wife was sitting next to me. She happened to look over and see that one of them said something to the kin of, "I love you, baby." So we're going to have a lot of fun playing that one on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know who that's from, but
So wait a minute. How did she say have fun on your podcast? Did she say have fun on your podcast? Or did she say have fun on your podcast?
it was probably
like
a Klingon version of Death and Dishonor. Is what
Mm-hmm. You're going to walk into pain sticks when you get in.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
it.
I walk into
Yeah.
pain sticks every morning. Anyway.
Hey, is Gok gluten-free? I'm pretty sure it is.
Gok would be gluten-free, yes.
Gluten has
So
no
there you
honor
go.
in the Klingon Empire.
That's
Bring
correct.
home the Gok.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on with you guys? How's your week been this last week?
I went to the casino last night and made a generous donation to Trek.
Nice. Nice. I need some casino time.
Yeah.
We can't seem to go more than a couple days without somebody getting sick in this
Yeah.
house.
Really?
And I'm getting real tired of it.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm over winter. I'm ready for summer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am
My
My son was
definitely ready
sick,
for
then
some
my
more.
daughter was sick, and then I was sick, and then my son was sick again, and then my daughter was sick again. And
Mm.
yesterday, let me tell you, I can count on one hand the number of times I've had a migraine headache.
Mhm.
It doesn't happen to me very often. Yesterday, holy shit.
Oh man.
Really?
Oh my God. I thought somebody was sticking an ice pick through my eye. That's how
Ugh.
bad it was.
Those are bad.
I I went upstairs and pulled my hood over my
Mhm.
head and closed my regular headache. If you lay completely still with your eyes closed, you're pretty good.
Right.
Migraine, forget it. And
Yeah.
like with my eyes closed, I could see the spot of light in
Mm.
front of me still.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, I took some Advil. 20 minutes later, I took some Tylenol. 20 minutes later, I took some some aspirin.
Do you have to
My
go
wife
to the hospital and get that like shot?
I didn't. I took 3 different painkillers, 20 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then my wife had some foo-foo bullshit her sister told her about that goes under your tongue and dissolves. It's like some natural homeo something.
Hippie
And
magic.
yeah, it's probably magic. It's probably magic.
Yeah.
It's dark magic. It's dark
Indeed.
magic.
Dark magic, yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Is it
Book of
work?
Look, I know the
Ashanti.
source. It's dark magic.
Yeah. And finally it went away. It only lasted about an hour, but man,
Yeah.
oh man, was it bad.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and it's funny, everything comes back to Star Trek because I'm laying there in excruciating pain trying to like will it away. Like maybe if I just wish it away, it'll just go away. And your mind wanders, and I think to myself, Beverly would just give me a hypo spray and this would be fine.
It'd be done, yeah.
Yeah.
If I lived on the Enterprise, it would just be like, oh, you got a headache? There you go.
Yeah.
I don't even think you'd have to go see Beverly for that. You just have a hypo spray in your room, right?
Like for basic first aid, stuff like that.
You know what?
probably.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you think
I
so?
don't know. Because I don't think so. Because I don't recall ever seeing anything akin to a medicine cabinet in Star Trek.
Yes, because they're
Well,
socialists
they did have
and they
like
have to ration
first aid
everything.
kits. They did have like those medical kits like all throughout the ship.
Yeah.
in
I
case
mean,
there was-
I guess you would just go to the nearest replicator, I suppose.
Maybe you have to
replicate
go
yourself.
to sick bay in order to monitor that, in order to make sure that it's not an ongoing thing type
Excuse
of
me.
deal, right? I mean, it's so
Or-
easy to treat that you might as
Well,
well
it
just
depends.
have the
Maybe-
doctor see it and know it and monitor it, so that way it's,
or maybe it's
maybe
like like prescription. You just have
I was just
you
going
know,
to say, it might be a
yeah.
controlled substance,
mm,
Yeah.
you know?
And
Interesting.
anytime it sprays, the doctor's alerted and just checks on you real quick.
yeah, I would imagine it does send a. I mean, yeah. So why do you? So many people go to sick bay for things they could just take care of in their room. If you really think about it, and still alert the doctor, and still and still tell the doctor.
Well,
Because
you
they
know
didn't
what? We
think
don't
about that in
know.
the 60s.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't know the science behind it. It could be 6 micrograms of this stuff will cure a migraine, but 7 will turn you to dust. So that's why
Right.
you have to go to. That's why you have to go to.
I just saw someone walk past your car.
Yeah, I did too.
The shuttlecraft.
Yeah,
there.
that's the Amazon guy.
Oh,
It's
nice.
weird. It's a weird situation because when that happens, he comes walking up the driveway and it's like, do I make eye contact with him or do I pretend he's not there?
You
If
pretend
I
he's
make eye
not-
contact,
Did your
if I
proton
make
pack just arrive?
no. Are you kidding me? We're still doing the show.
He'd be out.
That thing
Okay.
arrives.
He'd be
I'd
out.
be like, I'm out.
There's a dog to save. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So the guy's walking up the driveway with a package. Do I make eye contact with him? Do I nod to him? Then he might think, oh, maybe he wants his package in that shuttlecraft
Right.
with him and come to the window and
You should do that
ruin
sometime.
ruin our incredibly professional
No,
production
It
quality.
just- It would just add seasoning to the flavor of the show. You know, just let you
Yeah.
know. Every once in a while, we see Chuck, the friendly Amazon delivery guy.
Yeah. Yep. He's like Mr. McFeely on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
There you go. There you go.
He's a reoccurring character.
Right,
That's
right.
all right. Fine. We'll do that. We'll do that on Chad's say so.
Kind of like every
next
once in a while,
person-
my daughter will come in here, or my
Yep.
wife will
Yep.
come in
All right.
here, and Yep.
Next
yep.
person
all
that
good.
walks up this driveway is getting their very own guest spot
There you go.
on Trekcast. No matter who it is.
Nice.
You
No
brought this
matter.
upon yourself.
I did. All
That's
right.
right.
All right. That's
Doesn't
fine.
your neighbor listen to the show?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
funny.
I don't think he listens to it. I don't think he listens to it live. But
Okay.
when he comes outside, he looks over it, and I kind of get the look from him, like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
I suspect he got a Christmas card.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Yeah.
did. Well,
Awesome.
he will because it's not February yet.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. He will. On a long enough timeline, he will.
So did those
Yes.
actually mail out, or are they just
Yeah,
done
yeah,
and ready
they're-
to mail
they're-
out? Okay.
Yeah, they're out.
They're out.
They're out and loving every minute of it.
So some of you lucky few will get those this upcoming week.
Hopefully.
By the 20th, I would think. So,
Well, I would think, but we'll see.
yeah, yeah.
And then
As
there's
you-
some international ones heading out too.
I noticed
And
that.
then in 48 weeks, you can display it proudly.
Yeah.
That's right. Just in time for Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So, as you get them, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to post them up on Facebook or Instagram or wherever.
Yeah.
Tag us, hashtag us, whatever. That's always fun.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Well, should we start the news?
oh sure, why not? I won't play that other clip since you told me it's bad. So,
Yeah.
I love how
Sorry, man.
I love how Daniel throws to himself all the time.
yeah, yeah.
He's,
I have
he's
to.
like, all right,
I got to
enough
keep
of
it on
this
track.
yeah, enough of this nonsense. Hey, back to me.
Well, I was gonna hit the. I was gonna go there, but whatever. Here we go.
Star Trek
There
News.
you go.
There we go. Star Trek news.
All right. So our first news story comes to us from Dana Geek. You may have seen the headlines going around, but apparently, this Section 31 show is still in development.
Oh my
Michelle
goodness.
Yeoh said this in interviews. Even though her acting schedule keeps filling up, they do say that they are still working on Section 31. I guess we'll see.
Does anyone even care
No,
anymore?
no one cares.
I don't think so. I think the temperature has cooled down on that show significantly.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, the Flash movie was announced on season 1 of the Flash show, and we're now in season 9, and it's just now going to come out. So yeah,
I don't know.
But that's a wholly different thing than this.
not
and
much.
This is,
It's still something in development.
well, yeah, but it's the Flash, right? I mean, it's a mainstay of DC. It's an ongoing thing with DC. This is a completely made up, fabricated new series spin-off from.
Yeah, this is made up. The Flash is like a real guy.
Exactly,
That's
right?
right.
It's a real thing. I know. No, this is like a whole
Central
new
City's
series
real.
spin-off. Right, that's true. Section 31 is real. What am I talking about? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that happened like what, 6 years ago? 6 years ago, wasn't it?
That
5
went
years ago?
right over his
Yeah,
head.
it
No,
did.
it did.
Yeah,
I
it
have
did.
no idea what you guys mean. And this is
It's
the only
okay, it's
this is
fine.
the only place I get my Star Trek news, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, they just say they're working on it, and that's it. Like, move along, kids. We're working on it.
I wish they would just say it's dead and move on. Do we really want to see Ash? Does anybody want to see Ash? That's the thing that just kills me.
No.
No one wants to see
Nope.
Ash Tyler. I would love to see Michelle Yeoh in anything,
Mhm.
just not this.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know.
She was awesome as the Emperor.
Yeah, she was great.
She was fantastic.
I guess.
I really enjoyed it. That part of that show anyway. I enjoyed her.
I'm more curious about these radio drama SETI Alpha 5 that we're supposed to be getting. I don't know if that's this year or early next year.
Yeah, that'll
Remember
be
they
fun.
announced that?
I do.
Yeah.
That will be fun. I will enjoy listening to that on my drives.
Yeah.
Or plane flights or wherever I may be.
Mm-hmm. But
so that'll be fine.
Hopefully they get Diego Luna to play Khan. That'd be great.
Okay.
Or Antonio Banderas.
What? I'll just play Khan.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas would be better.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'll take Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. All right. Next news story comes to us from Deadline, and this is interesting. Grandpa's out there talking about his show card, and we've been hearing this will be the final season. Season 3 will be the final season, but Grandpa says, "Au contraire, mon frère, he might be back for more."
Oh,
what?
Geez.
Yeah.
What?
That they leave it open that he can return, and we'll see. Is basically what they're saying.
Why do they let him say things like this? He's as bad as Tom Holland spitting out leaks about the Marvel MCU or Marvel stuff, right? Spider-Man stuff.
I don't know if it's that bad. I think it's just he's just out there trying to be a showman and be like, perhaps there'll be more. That's it.
I'll have to check my schedule.
Yes. Yeah.
Perhaps
Your
I want
turn,
to do
Chad,
another
your
one.
turn.
Perhaps I want to do another one with Beverly. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I can't tell yet.
Yeah.
Beverly.
Yeah.
Beverly.
So.
Beverly.
Yeah, they might do more. They might not.
Beverly.
Who knows? We're about a month away. February 16th. So
yeah,
almost a month directly.
Hey, by the way,
I'm so excited to be let down.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. I am too. I don't know what you call this, foretold or destiny or what, but tomorrow is 1 month away from the airing of Picard season 3, and it is also Dennis Riker's birthday. Happy birthday, Dennis Riker!
Oh yes,
happy birthday, Dennis.
Yes, happy birthday.
And watch me be wrong and it be the 17th because I can never get my own father's birthday right. But whatever.
It's fine. It's not like you were there.
That's right. I wasn't there.
And our last news story comes to us from TrekMovie.com. And during the Trek Talks 2, which is a fundraising live stream, Anson Mount talked a little bit about Strange New Worlds Season 2. So we're learning a few new things. One of the things he said, that the Lower Decks crossover is just straight up comedy, so enjoy, kids. Also went on to say that it's not the craziest thing they do this season.
Oh boy.
So, yeah. That they're trying all sorts of new things, and he thinks they pulled them off.
Okay.
And, yeah. He says he thinks things... where's the quote here? I think we gained some latitude from scenes that worked, and maybe some people weren't so sure that ended up working out really well. We got to go for it this season, so there are some episodes that we have tried to do things we've never done before. So okay, I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Word salad.
Also, it's a lot of saying nothing, but also says that this season 2 is very dependent on character development.
Okay,
and
I like
they really
that.
dive in more. Yeah, I like that.
Honestly, that's all they need to say.
Yeah.
On this season of Strange New Worlds, we learn a lot more about each other and ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just
yeah.
You don't need to say anything else.
I agree. So, yes, there you go. that is all of the news.
All right, awesome. Rolling right along, we go into our topic.
It's the main topic.
Super
Yeah.
short, super sweet.
Like me.
Yeah. You are short and sweet.
That's right.
That's amazing. That's perfect analogy.
Yes.
All right. So, on our main topic today, we were talking about what you should watch. And I think Daniel said the top 10. I couldn't come up with 10. I think I'm at like 6 or 7. But what you should watch before Picard Season 3 airs. Is that correct? Did I get that right?
Yeah. Like,
Okay,
we'll
good.
come up with a list. Between us, the three of us, we can come up with a list of the top 10 episodes we think you should watch getting ready for Picard Season 3. So.
Caveat to that is you should probably watch the first and last episode of Season 1 and Season 2. You don't need to see anything else. Just the first and last episode of the first 2 seasons. Just to know where Picard's at. You don't know anything about anything else. You just need to know that Picard's not a real boy anymore and Q is dead. And that's like, you know those two things and move on.
You know what's funny? And I didn't even realize it until this very minute. I picked 10 episodes.
Okay.
Not one of them is from Picard Season 1 or Season 2.
Correct.
Every single one of them is a TNG episode. And I didn't even think of that. That's just what happened. So
yeah, mine are all TNG episodes or 2 movies.
Okay.
Well, okay. What do you think is? We don't have to like rank them, but what's a good first episode? You think?
Well, I assume if someone's going to be doing this, then they know they've watched TNG before. Like we had that one listener that came on a few episodes back who was just running through all of it. Right? Remember her when she was running through? I forget her name, but she was running through all of them, and she was supposed to meet back with us when she got through and up to the new series to tell us what she thought. But but if you at least have watched all the older series before, then to me the very first thing you should do is watch All Good Things.
Okay.
That would be my number 1 pick out of the 10. All Good Things. That would be my first suggestion.
Okay.
So you'd start at the end.
Pretty much,
that's what I'm thinking.
Pretty much.
Okay.
He wants to memento this. The backwards storytelling.
Well, kind of a little bit, I guess. Yeah. Well, that's a good point, actually. Maybe I'll have to think about that. I don't know. I still think I'd start with that because, if anything else, it at least gives you an idea of where these characters should be when you see them again in Picard. Because you don't see Geordi, you don't see Beverly, you don't. You do see Will, but not enough, and Deanna, but not enough to really change it too much from where you see them in All Good Things, right? And it's not just about Picard; it's about the rest of the crew. Where are they at, and what are they like when you go to see them in Picard? And All Good Things is not the end. There's 2 other movies you can go watch to get more of that filler.
See, I think you start with Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah.
That Season 3 cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, that was on my
That's
list.
going to give you overall who the crew is, them at their peak. You're going to see Picard's history with the Borg, all of it, in 2 episodes. That's going to give you a lot of background, I think.
See, and I'm thinking chronologically, and I didn't put mine in order, but this is the earliest episode on my list. But I have The Measure of a Man.
Okay.
That's the one where it was a trial to determine if Data is the property of Starfleet or if he has the ability to make his own decisions and choose his own destiny. And Picard acted as his attorney, and I feel like that was the beginning of the father-son relationship between Data and Picard, which obviously lasts into this sequel series.
Yeah.
We can see in Season 1 and Season 2 of Picard that Picard devotes a significant amount of his thoughts to Data decades after he's gone.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the beginning. maybe it wasn't the beginning. I mean, I haven't done a full rewatch in a while, but it was an early example of that relationship between the two of them. So that's the one I picked. That's the first one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Another one I picked because I think, in the trailers we see that Worf is now a pacifist, right? And I think
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, that he's a joke, right? That it's a joke line.
Yeah, I think it's a joke because one of the running jokes over the years is that he doesn't have a sense of humor.
Right.
And even the jokes that he does make are like dad jokes because he's, Data has a better sense of humor than Worf. So I'm not so sure that's the case. He says it while wearing a sword strapped to his back. So
right. That being said, I think a good intro to Worf was not in TNG but in DS9 and Way of the Warrior, which is the season 4 introduction of Worf. I think that's a good primer because I think they're gonna do this more off DS9 Worf than TNG Worf, and he was slightly different.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So,
that's true. He was.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one. I didn't even think about that with looking specifically at Worf over on the DS9 side, but that make a good point. I like that.
I don't think I understood the assignment.
and now your mind's racing.
Well, you were just thinking about Picard only, right?
Yes.
And I'm thinking about the entire crew.
I was thinking about Jean-Luc Picard.
Yep,
the name of the show is Picard.
Right.
So,
but he's got all the returning crew coming back.
That, but now it's making me rethink a bunch of things like the episode where Geordi clones his girlfriend in the holodeck. That might be relevant. That might be relevant now. We don't know what he's been doing. We know he's got daughters. We don't know who they're with.
Right.
Let's hope there's a real mom there.
There's a real mom. Sonia Gomez.
Sure. Well, like a not like a surrogate mom, right? Like he just wanted kids, but he could never find the right woman, so he just had kids made.
Them.
Yeah, he just had kids made.
Yeah.
Like
they're holograms. They're holograms. He's got the mobile emitter.
They could be real, but they could just be he could have just had someone carry him for him. Don't need an egg kind of thing. That would be weird. I hope they don't go there. Anyway, one of my other picks was Family from season 4 TNG. You have to know about his relationship with his family and his brother and everything else in order to really understand where Picard's mindset is, even in season 2, because he's a complete freaking hot mess.
Yeah.
So
Hipster Spock gave a good one from Voyager, The Raven, season 4, episode 6, where 7 and 9 has a lot of flashbacks.
Yep.
Your life before assimilation.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. That's a really, really good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
This is a weird one, but I chose Devil's Due. Do you remember that one?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Where Ardra takes over that planet and convinces the people that she's the god devil. Of thunder or whatever, the devil. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I just like that because Spock made a point to Data in I can't remember the name, the crossover episodes on Romulus where Spock was in them. I can't remember the name of the episodes, but they were talking about Picard, and Spock mentioned how he has such a disciplined mind that he's almost Vulcan-like. Like Spock was impressed by Picard's use of logic. And I see that when I watch this episode, because not once did he consider that she was actually Lord of the Underworld. He was like, nope.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope. She's full of shit. She's a flim-flam artist. She's a scammer. We just have to figure out why and how. And everybody's like, maybe she's cute. Nope. She's a scammer.
He did actually say flim flam at one point, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah,
he did. Yes.
He straight up called her that.
Looking back now and knowing more
scenes.
about Patrick Stewart, I bet you he put that in there ad lib.
Yep.
He
Yep.
wanted to
Yeah.
say it.
You know, in the third act, when he has control of her ship, and she's on the witness stand, and he's just making a fool of her, and he's doing all of her magic tricks, and what. God, I could rewatch that over and over and over.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I-
so I don't know. I don't know if it's totally necessary to watch, but I don't know. It's a fun one that, you know, he's such a stoic guy. The character is so stoic and serious that, you know, I get excited when I see these small scenes where he's having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I also like the goofy stuff, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of my favorite stuff. And so I think hopefully they have some goofiness in Picard season 3. But I think a good primer for that would be season 7, episode 17, Mass,
Oh, jeez.
aka Mikasa is
God.
rising.
Stop. Oh,
Wow.
oh,
Daniel
right.
misunderstood his own assignment.
yeah.
That's right.
That's one of the ones where when I'm rewatching TNG, that's one
Uh-huh.
of the very few where when it comes up, I'm like, do I have to? I watch it. I watch it because it's my duty to do so.
Every Starfleet officer's duty.
I'll eat it, but I won't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not one
Okay.
for me.
Okay, but for real, what about Darmok, season 5, episode 2?
That's a good one.
I think that's a good one, showing the crew working together, because
Yeah.
Picard is trying to solve a problem, the rest of the guys are trying to solve a problem in space. You know, I think it shows them working well together.
I like that episode in theory,
Mhm.
but the whole alien language that only speaks via metaphors
Mhm.
is flawed. It doesn't work. It can't work. It can't possibly work. And
Mhm.
because of that, every time I watch that episode, I'm like, it's almost like they put that in there as a placeholder. Let's figure out the language barrier. We need a unique language barrier for this episode. Well, this is what I'm thinking. We'll flesh it out later. And they just never fleshed it out.
Oh, I guarantee you it started with, what if somebody only spoke in emojis? And they were like, yeah, visually, I don't know if we can really work that out. Let's make it in emojis, but in words. Okay.
They didn't have emojis in the 90s.
That's true. Oh, they didn't, did they?
No.
No.
Emojis came later? Shit. All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, then it's the reverse of that, right? They were trying to come up with something like that and couldn't. Didn't.
So,
Picard with
okay,
his
so I'll give you
face
an example. It's memes. They're
Memes.
basically
Yeah.
speaking in memes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my my counter to that is try to communicate something in memes, but the memes are from a movie that the other guy has never seen.
Mm.
It won't work. It won't work. It can't work.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I think a finer point to it would be everything as you technologically evolve becomes about efficiency, right? It all comes down to efficiency.
Yes.
And so as you
Yes.
evolve technically, you come up with
Yes.
faster ways to do things. So therefore, you would shorten these things up. Even if it did start that way back in the Stone Ages, which I could see that as being conceivable, when the kinds of things you're trying to communicate are very rudimentary. There's no television, there's no radio, there's no social media. It's all rocks, sticks, and something you kill to eat, right? So I mean, I could see it starting that way, and then but eventually it has to be watered down into something faster, and then it becomes a real language. So that's my only.
I couldn't give. All right, there's a Dollar General about a half a mile from here. I could
Mhm.
not give you directions to Dollar General. I couldn't explain to you how to get there with memes. Never mind pilot a starship.
Right.
So that's why it just doesn't work. But the rest of the episode I like.
Yeah, it's a fun episode. My only other two episodes that I picked out was Tapestry and Inner Light.
Yeah, I got both
Yeah,
of those.
those are always good ones for.
I think you have to
for
watch
TNG
both of
crew.
those for Picard. Yep.
Yeah.
So we've talked about Inner Light several times before on the show,
Yep.
over and over again.
Yep.
It's one of the top, well, probably one of the top TNGs for sure. Maybe one of the
For
top
sure.
Star Trek, period. Not so much
Yeah.
Tapestry, but Tapestry is really good. So
as I'm looking at this list, I'm thinking to myself, how many times has Jean-Luc Picard died and come back from the dead? I mean, in Tapestry, he
bit.
died. He died.
Right.
yeah,
Went to the afterlife, and Q was there and messed with him a bit and then sent him back.
Mhm.
The Inner Light. I mean, he lived a whole lifetime and then died and then went back to
Right.
his old time. So even though it wasn't real, in his mind, he lived and died.
Mhm.
Best of both worlds. You know, assimilation is pretty much death. It was
Yeah.
the end of
Right.
his life as he knew it. He's one of the few people that was de-assimilated. So there's 3 times that he died. And then the end of season 1 of Picard, he died and came back as a animatronic wax puppet of Patrick Stewart, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you know, that being said, if they kill him off again, you know, kind of gotta keep it that way. Wait, didn't he get duplicated in an early episode of TNG, and then that version of him died? So that's like, all right, so that's half, 4.5.
I think
Yeah.
the real question is did Miles O'Brien die more? I don't think so. I think Picard's died more.
Do you guys think Nemesis is required viewing for season 3 of Picard?
I don't think so.
No, I was gonna have.
I mean, it's the last time the TNG crew was together that we know of.
Yeah,
You know
but
what?
kind of,
Like
sort
the
of.
first 15 minutes of it, the character development stuff, the wedding stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then maybe the last 15 minutes, the hey, Data's dead. I'm gonna miss him. Yeah, me too. Everything in the middle,
Yeah, whatever.
everything in the middle, you can skip.
I would say Insurrection and First Contact are the 2 movies really that you'd probably want to watch. More so about the crew anyway and how they interact and where they're at than I would anything else. First Contact because of the Borg and what happened at the end of the last season. Insurrection because of how the crew worked together in their prime and we're all together and
Yeah. I mean, Insurrection was just a really long episode.
it was a long episode, but I enjoyed it. I look back at
Yeah, it
that
was
movie
fine.
with a fonder eye now than I did when it first came out. When it first came out, it was kind of like, it's okay. But no, it was fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I only had one more. More on here. And really, and again, I didn't understand the assignment, so all my picks are Picard centered. And maybe while we're talking, I can think of some others that aren't, and I'll throw them in. But
Oh, I just came up with another one, but yeah.
I
No,
think
as
I've
soon as
said
you're
it
done.
before. I think I've said it before that Jean-Luc Picard has been my moral compass over the years. I sometimes think, what would Jean-Luc Picard do? And whatever that is, that's the right answer. And I've always respected the character because he does always seem to make it simple in that, option A is the right thing to do, and therefore that's the only option. So B and C are irrelevant. And I think back to season 4, episode 21, The Drumhead. That was the one where the admiral comes out of retirement. There's been an explosion on the Enterprise. They believe it's sabotage. They believe the Romulans are involved. And Starfleet brings this admiral out of retirement to conduct an investigation. And it turns into a total witch hunt. She's labeling people as Romulan sympathizers. It's totally McCarthy. It's totally McCarthy. You go against her and you're a Romulan sympathizer. And, there's a point where in the beginning, she and Picard are working together on this investigation. And there's a point where, he expresses to her that he's unhappy with the direction it's taking, and she turns on him.
Yep.
And she subpoenas him to a hearing, and she's got him on the stand, and she starts just taking some low blows at him. and
Right.
and saying, you were assimilated by the Borg, and have you recovered from that? And how do we know that you're, not a sleeper agent? And I got a quote here from what he says, and I get chills when I watch that scene, because he is just perfect
Yeah.
in that way, in knowing right from wrong. But he says, I am deeply concerned by what is happening here. It began when we apprehended a spy, a man who admitted his guilt and will answer for his crime. But the hunt didn't end there. Another man, Mr. Simon Tarsus, was brought to trial. And it was a trial, no matter what others choose to call it, a trial based on insinuation and innuendo. Nothing substantive offered against Mr. Tarsus, much less proven. Mr. Tarsus's grandfather is Romulan, and for that reason his career stands in ruins. Have we become so fearful? Have we become so cowardly that we must extinguish a man because he carries the blood of a current enemy? Admiral, let us not condemn Simon Tarsus or anyone else because of their bloodlines, or investigate others for their innocent associations. I implore you, do not continue with this proceeding. End it now. And then she quotes her father, and says, with the first link the chain is forged, the first speech censured, the first thought forbidden, the first freedom denied, chains us all irrevocably. And he's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it happening now. I see it happening now, in that you turn on the news and this group is talking about investigating this person, and this group is talking about investigating, and we should investigate this person. You hear people all the time, well, we should investigate this person. Well, we should investigate this person. Well, we should investigate this person. And people seem to forget, you don't investigate people. You investigate crimes.
Yep.
God damn it, Jean-Luc Picard for president.
Technically, he's not a U.S. national.
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Yeah,
Indeed.
I'm a nerd. I earned that one.
You earned it, but it was glorious. It was glorious, though.
earned that one.
I was just waiting for the perfect time to push that button. I was just waiting because it was such a great speech. I loved it.
It
We
is
gotta,
a great speech.
It's
really,
wonderful.
Really
We got to
well
clip
taken
that.
Point.
Yep.
Yeah.
That works.
So the one I picked, which to follow that up, is not going to be nearly as good. But I think it's a good episode, especially for
how can you top that?
what Picard season 3 is going to be. Yeah, season 2, episode 3, Elementary Dear Data. Just because we're getting back Moriarty. So,
true.
Yeah.
Or a threat.
I would
of
also
Moriarty.
watch. What's the sequel to that? Is it Ship in a Bottle?
I think so.
Is that the one where Moriarty comes back? I think that's Ship in a Bottle.
I got them all listed out here.
Don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many of them, it's hard to find it.
There were 2 Moriarty episodes. The one where they created him, and then there was the one where Barclay finds him in the. Barclay's defragging the holodeck.
Right.
And he finds him in like a backup file.
Oops.
And he brings him online, and he's like, what the hell, man? You guys put me in this box 5 years ago. No one ever got back to me. I've been on hold for 5 years.
Did he really know that time had passed?
I thought he didn't. And that was like part of what pissed him off too, is he had no clue.
No, he did. He experienced the passage of time. He had to, because he came up with a plan to take over the ship.
That's true, yeah.
While he was in there, he had nothing but time.
Nothing but time. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. I think those are some good primers.
I think so.
Ready.
Now the question is any of us going to watch any of those before in the next month?
I might.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ship in a Bottle, season 6, episode 12.
Ah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I would watch that.
There's a few that I'll probably want to watch, just for the hell of it. I haven't watched TNG, any episodes of TNG, for a really long time. It's been a while since I've done a watch through of TNG.
Well, that Paramount app is so wonderful. Yeah, it's pretty nightmare app.
There's a lot on there, though. Honestly, there's a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
there
mean,
is.
there's good stuff to watch. So I'll take a little bit of UI tweaks are needed over. There's nothing there.
Top Gun Maverick's on there. That's a great movie.
That's a great movie. I watched that again a week or two ago over Christmas, I guess. I love that movie. I know it's A New Hope. I know it's Star Wars: A New Hope all over again. I don't care. I love it. Same thing as Harry Potter is also Star Wars all over again. But no, I love it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So when's Mando come back?
I have no idea. We didn't
That's
get any news
that's
from
February.
Daniel on it, so I don't know.
I think that's February also.
Is it really?
No, it's some point in this year.
Well, let's find out.
I think it's February because I think we're gonna have that
March 1st.
that March 1st. Okay, so we're gonna have that epic overlap for a little while where there's new Trek and new Star Wars at the same time.
So no more
We're gonna
Boba
have
Fett,
Riker and Mando.
right? No more Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett was supposed to be a one-time
One-time thing. Okay, yeah,
What-
I figured it was.
Yeah, I rewatched Boba Fett a couple weeks ago, and
I don't know
it's
if I
not
can.
good.
I don't know if I can. It's too slow.
it's very slow.
I mean, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It's not in my top, Star Wars series, but it's nowhere near that.
I'll rewatch it again before the sequel trilogy ever again. I can't see myself ever watching that stuff again. It's just that bad.
Yeah, I tried to watch the last one, and I just nah.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too many what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ruined it.
Yeah.
They really did. And then they built an entire theme park
Based
around
on
the
it.
trilogy that nobody cares about. I really hope at some point they rebrand the theme park and set it post Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Set it when Mando and Boba Fett and all that are
I'm
taking
sure that's
place.
what they're gonna do.
Well, they
Because
just need
nobody
to have,
cares. Nobody cares about these movies.
No,
Yeah.
they really just need to. I mean, if it was me, I'd really push forward with another trilogy that takes place after the last one, get it farther down the road, and start setting up something bigger. Just move past it, move past all of it, and set up something bigger. I love The Mandalorian. I love everything they're doing with it. I liked Boba Fett. It was okay, but it wasn't great. I loved Andor. Andor was just phenomenal. But it can't go anywhere, right? It can only go to where we've already been. Mandalorian can only go to where we've already been, sort of, right? I mean, they can fill in some gaps here and there, more so than Andor can.
Unless
But
they just disavow it and just say it never happened.
yeah,
It's happened before. They've done that.
That would be the other thing that you could do. You could just say, well, those three just they don't really exist. Sorry, and just redo them all over again from where they're at now with Mando and everything else.
Yeah.
These are not the movies you're looking for.
Right, and that would be fine, but that would be the same thing, though, as in starting over from scratch, making something new. Making something bigger out of it, as opposed to where they've left off already. I love the Star Wars universe, so they got to do something.
What I mean is, if they disavow them, if they decanonize them, whatever, they can retell the story. They can recast the characters. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Fisher is dead. Harrison Ford's not coming back.
Yeah.
Right.
They can recast, tell the stories that people actually want to see, and just do it right.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it before. They did it with the Terminator movies. They were like, these movies never happened. You can do it. You can do it because the fans don't like these movies.
I'd rather they
The
just
casual
move on.
people, the casual people aren't going back to watch them again. They're like, oh yeah, I remember when they made some new Star Wars movies, and I saw them, and I guess they were okay, but they're not
Right.
going
Yeah.
back to those.
Yeah.
No one is. No one. They will never, ever, ever, ever sell another Kylo Ren Halloween costume. They're not doing it because there's no more. The kids who saw it in the theater, they don't care. they know the rest of Star Wars, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. My nephews love Kylo Ren. They
Yeah.
think he's cool looking. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I think they like the design. I don't think they like the character.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But how
Yeah.
old are your nephews?
11 and 9.
Okay. What about a kid who's 5 now?
Mm,
He doesn't know. He doesn't know who
Yeah.
Kylo Ren is.
No, probably not.
right.
He knows who. He might know who Darth Vader is because the
Right.
people in his life are showing him the other films.
Right. Because they know better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they just
Okay.
need to move on. Just create something bigger down the road, and just pick. You can rewrite that however you want, but do it after, because if you want to try to recast Carrie Fisher and you want to try to recast Han Solo, Harrison Ford, God, that's just no, thank you. Just move forward.
Mhm.
Pick up where she left off, but just forget to include her. Right? I mean,
I don't know. I like Solo. I like
Yeah, I was
Solo.
gonna say Solo's underrated.
yeah, I
Solo
agree.
is so underrated. Solo got shit on because of when it
Mhm.
came out. It
Yeah.
came out during the time when everybody was pissed off about the other movies.
Yep.
So a lot of people said, F that, I'm not,
Yep.
I'm not going to go see it.
Yep.
But honestly, Solo, of the new Star Wars films, Solo is the one that I've probably rewatched the most.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And that-
I've watched
and that
Rogue
guy-
One more so, but yeah.
That guy who played him, I mean, he was fine. I think he pulled it off perfectly. And Donald Glover as Lando, I would love to see more of him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably enough of Star Wars cast.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
We can move on to the feedback at this point because we
That's
have
right.
a lot of
Text
it.
up in the chat, guys.
Yep.
Let's enter feedback.
Okay.
I'm reading over on the YouTube. I don't know when that Alejandro Haro said they missed you trying to Jedi mind control them. Yet I saw you, Danny. When you were
You're
doing
welcome.
these aren't the films for you.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, we got people Xing up. We'll get to them here in just a second. Well, do you want to do them first? Or do you want to do voicemails, emails, that kind of stuff? What do you want to do?
Let's do the voicemails first.
Yeah, I'm curious as all hell what this is.
Yeah, me too.
So here's the first one, and this voicemail came to us back on December 19th. So-
Nice.
Here we go.
Gentlemen, happy holidays. With the absolute greatest amount of sincerity that I can possibly offer, this is Space Gentry wanting to say thank you so much for another incredible year of fun and fandom. The work that you guys put into this show really brings a lot of joy to a lot of people. And I just wanted to say thank you as we're coming to the end of the year, and to encourage other people to call the 800 number, or it's not even an 800 number, whatever it is, call the Google number and let them know exactly how you feel about Trekcast. Because these guys do this, and it's not something that they're paid to do. They obviously take their time to produce a great show, to get up these clips. Daniel, with all of the wonderful work that he does with the memes, the humor with Chad and Dan, these guys really give it their all, and it's something I think we as fans, we really greatly appreciate, and I hope other folks will call and let you know that. When you call, you don't get anyone. It's just literally recording. Call 816-287-0448. Again, that is Space Gentry encouraging you to call 816-287-0448 and let the guys know that you appreciate them. One more time, 816-287-0448, and let the guys know that you appreciate them. Thank you, gentlemen, for another wonderful year, and here's to many, many more. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
That's
Well,
amazing.
thank you. Thank you, Space
Yes,
Gentry.
thank you.
He even
Meanwhile,
gave
I
the
pulled
phone
up-
number and everything.
I pulled up the number to give it. Now I don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. I've got it right here
He
in front
gave
of me.
it 3 times.
That's incredible. I love it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Now, I'm just going to play this, and then you tell me who it's from.
Okay.
Hola, baby. You asked for your takeout from Uber Eats. I'm here for you, baby. You said you want extra spicy, so you should see what I am wearing. Puedes que son por verme como un tamal. Woo! I just kid. I heard what the other guy said. I wanted to call and tell you how much I love you. You guys at Trekcast are wonderful, and everybody should call and tell you just how much they love you, baby. It's true. You can call 816-287-0448. That's right. I say 816-287-0448, baby. Oh, papi, you're going to love it. Call and tell them how much you love them. Thank you. Okay, bye.
All right. So I have a long-standing rule that Chad's not allowed to do accents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gentry is not allowed to do accents.
That was like all over the place.
That's the Ola baby. That's the one my wife read and was like, "Who sang that to you?" I thought it was great.
A voicemail for her.
I thought it was great.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He is out of control. What a fun guy.
While I've got it up right now and I'm thinking about it, people go to the Facebook group. Pinned to the top is the awards section, where you can have your chance to vote on our awards, which should be next week.
Yep.
We've had quite a few responses. They're going well, but there are some very, very close ones right now that are literally only 1 or 2 votes away from changing. So get your voices heard, get it in there, and we're hoping to have a pretty fun episode with this. So
cool. Yeah. Don't forget. Okay, over to the thanks, Gentry. That was amazing. I'm crying here. I'm laughing so damn hard, or was laughing hard. I still got tears in my eyes. Got an email. Got an email from Akil Ahmed. He says, "Hey guys, happy New Year. Hope all is well with you and the best for 2023. Cheers, Akil. P.S. Decided to treat myself to a new uniform with a wee bit of post-production in Photoshop." And he sent us a PSD. I'll post it over in the Discord, and then you can do it somewhere else if you want to. I'll put it on Facebook too. So, cool. Thank you, Akil. Sorry for that. It's January 6th when he emailed us, so that wasn't that far back. Yeah. Not too bad. And then from the Chartable counts, let's do a little guessing game again. And can you guess where we rank in Germany? This is as of 2 weeks ago.
Ooh.
47.
9.
You're really close with the 47 because it's 149.
Okay.
So that's up 39 positions in Germany underneath TV reviews. All TV reviews in Germany. Australia 178, cool. Canada 194, Great Britain 121, and we did manage to rank in the United States. Can you guess what ranking position out of 250 we were in?
247.
178.
Wow.
That's pretty damn good. And I imagine part of that is because there's not very many podcasts going on right now in the TV reviews category.
Well, and then Picard's right around the corner, so people are ramping up.
Yeah. So that's pretty good, guys.
All right.
That's pretty good. I like that. And if you look at the rankings before that, I won't go through them all, but I mean the rankings before that, we weren't in the top 250 anywhere except for Ireland and Spain. So,
right.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
There was a random day last week where we got more downloads in one day than we do when we release an episode regularly.
Huh.
And it was just, I think people are catching up.
Yeah, somewhere someone said something somewhere and it got passed around a little bit, maybe on Twitter or something like that.
Maybe.
That's funny how that happens. Okay, so we got people who want to X up. I'll go look and see who they are, and then I'll...
It's the regulars.
Yep. So we'll start with Chaz.
Yep.
There we go. How's it going, man?
Hey,
what's going on, guys?
Another day.
Well, I was thinking Shades of Grey would be a good episode.
the clip show, and I instantly thought 50
Well-
Shades of Grey, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
What?
You
because
can catch up with 12 episodes by watching one.
Catch up. Yeah,
It's
all
a
in
numbers game.
It's one thing is you don't have to, it's the only time you'd suggest this episode to catch up on Picard, because you have to catch up on it. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
I always
like
skip that episode, but you can watch it, and it's like, okay, I got season 1 and 2 pretty much. There you go.
I like the efficiency.
Yeah. And, there's no other clip show of any other series I can remember. So
They should do the first episode of Picard season 3 should be Shades of Grey Part 2. And it's a 2-hour-long episode, just catching you up.
The shades are grayer.
The shades
Yes.
are grayer. That'd be awesome. And then I want I want Riker to punch Worf in the stomach for destroying Ryza. So.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he destroyed
Worf is
the
great.
weather generator or whatever on Ryza, and he let her revolt.
I want him to wrap him across the mouth with the Horgon.
Yeah,
Puritan Worf.
with the Horgon, of course. That's a good one for Ryza. So.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think of any other episodes that would really, like, you have to watch to make season 3 make sense. So, and
I don't know. We don't know what the motive of the villain is.
Did you put you guys said Insurrection and then First Contact, for the movies would be a good one, because that would kind of, you saw the Borg Queen and everything, but like somebody mentioned even maybe a Voyager episode or 2 with the Borg.
Yeah,
probably like Scorpion or something.
Hipster Spock said the Raven, which is the
that's
background of 709. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just hope this season, I don't want this season to feature Raffi in 709. Because they kind of took over the show, and I just do not care about Raffi. I don't care about Elnor. And
well, he's gone. He's in school now.
Is he in school? Okay, so Elnor's
they
in
wrote him
school.
up.
Rios is dead somewhere.
He's dead.
Dead in
And
the past. Yeah, dead in the past.
the doctor
In a bar
lady,
fight.
she's Borg Queen.
I hope Agnes doesn't come
And-
back. I don't want to see Agnes again.
No, I don't want to see Borg Queen, nothing. I actually don't want to see any Borg this season.
No,
I want
doesn't
this
need to be.
to be, this needs to be focused on Picard and everybody else coming back together, getting the band back together.
No Chakotay, no mention of Chakotay, no need for anybody else, no Janeway, none of that stuff.
No.
It's-
What
No Will
characters
Wheaton
Brent
either.
Spiner going to play? Which
Yeah.
which assumed family members is he going to be now?
Oh, I know. Or maybe maybe it's B4. Maybe they get B4 back.
Or Lore?
Or Lore. Yeah, Lore could come back. Like older Lore with gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
He's aging
That would
like
be pretty
Bicentennial
cool.
Man because he wants to be a real boy.
Or Lore made himself a boy, a real boy, and he's aging, and
Yep.
he's trying to find the fountain of
Yeah.
youth or something. So
Something.
Well, they have this whole planet full of Soong type androids now.
mhm.
For all we know, they decided to fix lore or
Mhm.
fix B4 because we owe it to them. They're our ancestors. We owe it to them. Let's fix them.
Yeah.
And something
Yeah.
went horribly wrong. I don't know.
Man,
Who
I don't know
knows?
if I want low-key Lore.
Low-key Lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, thank you.
I don't know.
Still.
That's that whole. I don't know. The last 2 seasons, like, there's some good episodes, and then there's just like, you just want to pound your head in. It's like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful. There's Robert Meyer Burnett on YouTube. He's seen this season 3 times already, and he said he's a big Star Trek fan,
Yep.
and he has a YouTube
He's the guy I've
channel.
been pointing out. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said this season is awesome.
Yeah.
And he's excited for it. Like, Twitter even banned him from commenting on their page, and he's worked with Star Trek for years because he talked against Star Trek and ticked them off. But he even says this season's good. So
yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
So
yeah,
I'm kind of hopeful. Is like if somebody else says, like somebody that's really critical of Star Trek says it's really good, I'm going with him. I'm hoping it's good.
Well, Dan said it best. I'm so looking forward to be let down. Right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because we have it, and it's sad. It's like you're let down with Discovery, and you're let down with Picard, and Picard was going to be the big one, and then nobody would have think that Strange New Worlds, the show about Captain Pike, would be one of your favorites, or a little cartoon like Lower Decks.
Well,
like,
it just
those
goes.
are the two that
it just goes to show, Lower Decks itself and Strange New Worlds proves one thing that took them forever to learn with Discovery, and they still haven't learned it with Picard or anything else. But it's that the original formula for these shows works because Lower Decks is making fun of all those original formulas.
Yeah,
and Strange New Worlds is following the original formulas, right? You don't need to broke. You don't need to fix what ain't broke. Like that original formula is still works. Just do it.
Yep.
That's it.
We'll see, and that's why Star Trek works as a TV show better than the movies, because it's episodic, and it should be episodic, and then have like a couple episodes that are serialized, and then go back to the episodic episodes and do your own thing. Because
then you bring the Ewoks in.
Yes, bring Ewoks something. I'd watch Ewoks.
Yeah.
So
Federation Ewoks, absolutely.
Oh my God, they even had Ewoks in Stargate. I didn't want to watch them.
Yeah, well,
Stargate. Stargate, what's that?
Yeah.
I forgot you watched all of Stargate, didn't you?
Did
you watch the Atlantis one too? Or?
Oh, you bet.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, Atlantis
I watched
was rough.
the first 3 seasons, so
there you go.
And that's
all right.
where
Well, let's
about as far as I got. So.
All right, Chaz, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on as always. Put you back in the mute box. Thank you, sir. Good feedback. And now
you guys froze there for a minute.
Now we got Hipster Spock coming to us first time this year. Mr. Hipster Spock, how you doing, sir?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What's up, buddy?
I missed you guys last week because like I was saying, I reinstalled Discord and I had to do the whole permissions thing again. So
that's what happened.
That was a little disappointing, but I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah,
back loving every minute of it.
Yep.
Yeah, really. One thing about the Star Wars thing, nobody's going to pay $150 a pop to visit that thing that they have over there. It's just not worth it. I mean, you can visit the rest of the park, but I mean, if you got to stand an hour in line to go on a ride, that's not going to happen. And so back to Trek. From the couple of things. Number one, the Looper had also the video channel on YouTube. They had a couple of suggestions, kind of like what you guys were doing this episode, and they mentioned Yesterday's Enterprise and The Big Goodbye. And The Big Goodbye, if you remember, is the one where Picard became Dixon Hill, and in a holodeck episode. So that could be interesting. And but with the Amanda Plummer character, I get this Wrath of Khan and Trek 2009 vibe, because she seems to be somebody who's trying to get revenge on Picard and Co. So what do you guys think?
I mean, I could see them sitting in the writers' room saying, "Picard needs his con," and then they just go from there.
Mm.
You know.
So do we know?
But
Do we know that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say we don't know anything about her.
We don't know anything about her. So for all we know,
Nothing.
it could be someone we've seen before.
It's supposed to be a completely new villain.
It is. Okay.
That's all we know.
See, that's a missed opportunity. They could have used Ardra.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
She's been she's been in prison since 1992. She could have finally busted out, and I don't know.
Yeah, I hope they come up with some really, really good explanation of who this person is. They really should be facing somebody that this crew has faced before and thought they defeated. Not some brand new thing we've never heard of, but they've faced her before. We just saw it all. It didn't happen on screen. Well, doesn't have as much punch in my opinion when it comes to that. But whatever.
They should have put together like a Legion of Doom for Picard. It should be.
There you go.
It should be Sela, Lore, the Cardassian with the lights.
The sisters, the
Who's
Klingon
that
sisters.
Ferengi captain that wanted to kill Picard?
Damon Bach.
Yeah,
Damon Bach.
Yeah.
The sisters. The Klingon sisters.
Oh, they're dead.
Oh, that's true. They're dead.
But their little nephew or whatever, little Duras nephew.
Yeah, the Duras. Yeah, Duras.
Who else? Who else? Do we
Q.
have?
For the hell of it.
Q's dead.
And Q could have been Thanos, right? He could have done all three of these seasons leading up to this season with it being Q, leading all of these people.
The space bugs, the conspiracy ones.
Yeah.
Conspiracy space bugs. Yep.
Yeah.
See, again, we come up with the best writing for any Trek ever just by sitting here, the three of us talking, and sometimes getting feedback from our listeners. All of you
the best writing.
People.
It's just it's
I don't know.
It's definitely more
just
put
throwing an
together.
idea.
It is more put together than the first two seasons of Picard. I'll sit here and argue that point.
Tomalak. Romulan,
There you go.
Tomalak.
Yeah,
That was another one of his.
That would be
his
interesting.
nemesis.
Yeah, they should have you guys go in their writing room, and I am sure the show would be a lot better than what they have right now.
Well, the first thing I would do is kick Patrick Stewart out of the writing room. Sorry, Mr. Sir Patrick.
It's probably
paper. You write your ideas down.
Yeah,
write them on a napkin.
Contractual.
I'm gonna use it to set my coffee cup on. Just letting you know, but just write them on a napkin and leave them here on the table.
Yeah. Well,
He's in there going out. At what point does Wolverine come in?
Yeah. Well, see, though,
right.
that's the thing, though. That's the thing with where we see him in the beginning of season 1 and what we knew of what happened to him at the end of the series. You could have played into his mental state where he really was thinking all these weird, crazy things were happening. And you could have made it as outlandish as possible and had this whole mystery for a whole season of whether or not it was really real or not. Were all these people really coming after him? I thought the Duras sisters were dead. No, he saw them. No, he ran into him at Quark's bar. Right? I mean, you could have had all this crazy stuff, and then you could have just played with the mystery of, well, what's real and what's not, and done it over the course of an entire season, only to find out in season 2 it has to do with the conspiracy theory bug things from all the way back in, what was that, season 3 or whatever, season 1?
Yeah, something like that.
So, you know what I mean? And then you just slowly build on it. And then you find out in season 3, the whole freaking time it was Q who's dying, trying to screw with him, but is getting it wrong because he's dying, right? I mean, it's so much better. So much better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But then Trek movie says that season 3 might not be the last you see of them, and it could do some more things after season 3. And
well, you can always do more things if the real actors playing those characters don't die, right? As long as they're alive, there's an opportunity for them to want to make money and have the energy to make money.
Exactly. It's way to print money for sure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with the wormhole thing that they have at the end of season 2, I think that's going to be a red herring. It's going to be done away with by like episode 2, I think. Right? What do you guys think? You know this.
Yeah, I think they won't even mention it. It'll just be, and now the new adventure starts. And that's it. Like, we don't think about it.
Mm.
I mean, remember in season 1, they mentioned, they were shooting that sky into the universe, and oh no, the robots from God knows where are coming to invade us and take over, and that's never played into anything. No matter how much they hate AI in all these new episodes in all the series.
What, the mechanized tentacle porn?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
I must have blocked it
tentacle
out
porn.
'cause I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
The end of season 1 where you see the end of season 1 where you see the robots coming through the ripped hole in space and time coming on the planet there.
And that was the same season of Discovery where you had like the what did they call it? Like the precursor to like some special AI that Section 31 had developed. I forget the name of it.
Control.
Yeah. Yeah, you had Control, you had the new robots from Picard. Even like
and the Burn.
Prodigy had something to do with AI as well.
You would have thought that year or the year after that would have been the year we would have seen a ton of movies about AI, because you know how Hollywood is nothing but a giant echo chamber, and they make the same movies 4 times in that year because that's the big thing that was going around from all the writers and people were talking about, and what are we going to develop and how are we going to do it. Right, and so you get like 6 of the same damn movie that year, but just done 6 different ways.
Right.
But it wasn't.
It's scary how fast AI is progressing in real life. I remember it was only like a year ago. Remember we were fooling around with that website where you put words in and the AI would create an image based on your words.
Yeah.
So we put like so you put like Ferengi Superman, and it would generate something that looked kind of like a Ferengi wearing something that kind of looked like a Superman costume. But the faces were like terribly distorted. They looked like Sloth from Goonies or something. And that was like a year ago. Now I see people in some of these Facebook groups that I'm in, these pop culture Facebook groups. They're posting this AI generated artwork that they're doing, and it's photorealistic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. They're just putting in. What's that?
Like Lenza. That's
yeah.
Lenza's one of them. My favorite right now, or has been for the last 3-4 months, is Midjourney. It's a Discord one.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. The images that are done there are just gorgeous.
But these are all with, they're just putting text. They're just putting text in.
Yeah, and it creates these images.
Yeah,
I've done a couple logos. I've done a couple logos that way, and they're far better than anything I could have done, and I did them in 5 seconds flat. Yeah. I even did. Look at ChatGPT.
Oh my God, ChatGPT. Imagine if they replace all the writers with ChatGPT.
It'd be better. I literally have.
But Dan's right. AI is just shooting up like crazy, and it's scary.
Yeah. So there's a guy who did with GPT. He wrote code for his day trading stuff, and it outperformed the day trading that he was doing himself. So now it's just fully automated.
Yeah.
It just runs an algorithm. It just prints money, does nothing.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure he's going to get his ass banned or something or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know how that's necessarily legal, but whatever. I think everybody kind of does that at the high end. But yeah, you can run bots, but at the high end. But I don't know. I think that kind of thing is gonna. You could type in a multiple sentence idea for a story, and it literally spits out 2 pages worth for it. Right? I mean, it's crazy.
I saw one. They were like right in the Shakespearean sonnet format, a recap of politics in 2022. And like it did it within like 15 seconds, and it was hilarious. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Kids are using it for their homework assignments, probably.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, so much so that I think New York City banned them on school computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get to the website on the Chromebooks that the kids here use either. Can't get to that site anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nuts, man.
Because you
It's
could
nuts.
literally type in an algorithm or whatever, and it would solve it. Like it doesn't matter any math equation that you needed to try to solve, or you could type in the word problem and it would solve it with the math equation and show you the work to get it done.
Right.
So it's a copy and paste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy.
All right.
Guys, I gotta get going.
Yeah,
in a
we
few
gotta wrap
minutes.
it up.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, Hipster
Thanks,
Spock,
guys.
thanks, man, for coming on. Appreciate it. As always, going to put you back in the server mute box. You are muted. I don't have any other emails. Do you have any other feedback on your
No,
end from the
we're
Facebook
good.
group? Please make
No,
sure you guys
nothing.
go and participate in that poll. It is on Facebook. Is it anywhere else other than Facebook or just there?
I put it on the Instagram quite frequently as well.
Okay, good.
And on the Twitter. So yeah, go vote.
Awesome. Yep, that'll be
So-
next week's episode, correct?
Yeah, next week's.
Okay.
So
Awesome. So no homework for me for next week. Okay, excellent.
no, not yet. Not yet. You will, but not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me early. I'm going to be on the
thanks,
road
everybody.
traveling. So.
I will.
All right.
Thanks everybody for listening, and yeah.
Live long and prosper.
Yep. See you guys next week. Thanks.
Bye.
Well, there you have it, another episode in the can. Check us out at Trekcast.com. Also, if you would, please subscribe to us via iTunes. Leave those reviews, subscribe to us, we'll get some numbers, get up the list, get more listeners, do more shows, have more fun. But for now, we're all done. So live long and prosper, and we'll see you next week.
All right. See you, boys.
See you.